Listen closely. Chosen one. What I'm about to say is not for the masses. This is for you, the one who has always felt that pull, that quiet whisper calling you towards something greater. It's time to claim what has always been yours. You see, your DNA is not just a biological code, it is a spiritual inheritance. A lineage older than you can comprehend, woven together by the hands of God Himself. Prophets have walked before you, and their legacy runs through your blood. This is not just a story of the past. It is your story. You are not here by accident, chosen one. Your very existence has been designed with intention. Your spirit has always known the truth long before your mind could even begin to understand it. The truth that you are connected to something far greater than yourself, to a line of prophets who have paved the way for you. This inheritance is not something you learned or stumbled upon by chance. It is carried within you, encoded in your very being. You may not have known it consciously, but deep inside your spirit has always recognized the truth. The way you feel different, the way your heart resonates with things that others cannot understand, is not coincidence. It's the divine fingerprint of those who came before you, the ones who walked in God's truth, the ones who heard His voice clearly, the ones who were chosen to speak to generations. God does not move randomly, and neither does He choose randomly. His plans are intentional, and your place in His divine tapestry is no accident. This moment right here, right now, has been a long time coming. Your soul has been awaiting this moment for generations, for the call that only you could hear, only you could respond to. There is a specific blueprint written into your spiritual DNA. It is a blueprint that has been passed down to you through the bloodlines of those who have walked with God before you. Every prophet, every servant of God has contributed to this divine inheritance, and now it is your turn to claim it. Your DNA carries their story, their wisdom, their struggles, and their victories. All of it has been leading up to this very moment when you step into your divine identity. Feel the weight of this. This is not a metaphor or a simple claim. It's the reality of your being. You were not born into this time by accident. Your presence in this world was meticulously planned by God, for He has a specific purpose for you, one that is deeply rooted in the calling of the prophets before you. And now that purpose is being awakened. You may have felt this awakening in your spirit long before the world told you who you were. From the time you were young, there was a knowing in your soul that you were different. You didn't fit in the molds others tried to place you in. The world's standards never seemed to align with your inner compass. Even when you tried to conform, something within you resisted. It was your divine lineage calling out to you, urging you to remember who you truly are. This isn't just about being special or standing out. This is about understanding the responsibility that comes with the divine bloodline running through your veins. The prophets who came before you were not chosen for their personal glory, but for a divine purpose. And now it is your turn to step into that purpose. This inheritance is not a luxury. It is a calling, a task that demands your attention, your obedience, and your faithfulness. In your DNA lies the story of those who have walked with God through the ages. The moments of struggle, the moments of triumph, the quiet obedience that changed the course of history. It's all there, woven into your being, waiting for you to claim it. You are not separate from them. You are a continuation of their legacy. Your life is a continuation of God's work, and your DNA carries the testimony of His faithfulness through generations. Now, chosen one, do you hear it? The call to rise, to claim what has always been yours. This message is for you. This calling is for you, and it has been waiting for you to step into it. You have always been prepared, even when you didn't realize it. Now it's time to claim your inheritance. Chosen one. Listen closely to what I am about to say. Every moment of your life has been purposefully arranged. Every twist and turn, every hardship, every victory, it was all designed with intent, with divine precision. There are no accidents in God's plan. Your life is not a series of random events that just happen to align. No, your life has always been a part of something greater, something eternal, and now you are awakening to that truth. Take a moment and reflect on your journey. Think back to the moments where you questioned why things happened the way they did. Times when you felt lost, when the path seemed unclear. When you faced challenges that left you wondering, why me? Yet, as you look back now, do you see how those moments have shaped you? Every setback, every struggle, every trial you've endured was a stepping stone leading you closer to the divine purpose that you are called to fulfill. God's plan is not impulsive or reactionary. It is carefully crafted. Each step, each breath was part of His divine design. Even the moments of confusion were necessary for the development of your soul. You were never meant to live a life of comfort or complacency. Your spirit was always destined for more depth, more growth, more alignment with the divine will. When we walk through life unaware of our purpose, we often wonder why certain events occur or why we face certain struggles. But when we begin to understand our true identity, we realize that nothing was ever wasted. You were not born at this time by chance. You were chosen to be here in this season of history, in this moment, for a reason that only God truly knows. And now you are beginning to understand it. You've often felt like a misfit, haven't you? Like you didn't belong to the systems of the world around you. The way the world works never quite resonated with you. You've questioned things that others accepted blindly. You felt discomfort when others were at ease. But this discomfort, chosen one, was a sign of your divine alignment. It was a sign that your soul was never meant to conform to the status quo. You were meant to see beyond what others could see, to hear beyond what others could hear, and to feel beyond what others could feel. This is the gift of your divine inheritance. God does not place His chosen ones into comfortable situations. He places them where they are needed most, in the midst of chaos, confusion, and darkness. Why? Because you are the light that will shine through the darkness. You are the one who will bring clarity in times of uncertainty. This is why your journey has never been easy. You were never meant to live a life of ease, because your purpose requires you to walk through trials and tribulations, refining your character and preparing you for what is to come. God has been using these experiences to shape you. He has been refining you like gold in the fire, purifying your spirit, sharpening your discernment, and preparing your heart for the work He has set before you. Every struggle you've faced, every challenge you've overcome was a part of God's divine preparation. You were not left to fight these battles alone. Every step you've taken, every decision you've made has been guided by the hand of God, even when you didn't fully understand it. It's easy to look back and wonder why things happened the way they did. It's easy to look at the pain, the rejection, the loneliness, and feel as though those moments were pointless. But I want to assure you, chosen one, that nothing has been pointless. God was preparing you. He was preparing you for something far greater than you could have imagined. The person you were becoming was being molded, shaped, and refined for the destiny that He has called you to. You may have struggled with doubt, feeling as though you weren't worthy of the divine calling on your life. Perhaps you wondered if you had missed your moment, or if your mistakes had disqualified you from fulfilling the purpose God had set before you. But I want you to hear me clearly. You were never disqualified. Your mistakes were never the end of your story. They were simply part of the process. Even in your failures, God was working. He was shaping you, teaching you, and preparing you for the moment when everything would align. And now that moment has come. God works through people, through bloodlines, through history, and now He is working through you. Your life has always been a part of His grand design. You are not just a random individual in a vast world. You are a chosen vessel, a divine instrument, a part of God's greater plan. This is not just about you. This is about the generations that came before you and the generations that will come after you. Your life is a continuation of the story that has been unfolding for centuries, and now it is your turn to step into that story. You have always known deep in your soul that you were meant for something greater. Even when you tried to ignore it, even when you tried to live a normal life, there was a quiet knowing inside you that would not let you rest. That is the voice of your divine calling. It is the pull of God's purpose on your life. It is the whisper of the prophets who walked before you, calling you to rise and claim what is rightfully yours. Now, chosen one, I want you to take a deep breath and pause. Reflect on your life. Reflect on the journey that has brought you to this point. Look at where you are now and recognize how far you've come. Every challenge, every hardship, every victory has led you to this moment. And now it is time for you to claim your divine inheritance. It is time for you to step fully into your purpose and walk in the authority that has been given to you. God is not finished with you yet. You are only just beginning to walk into the fullness of your calling. The work that He has for you is not completed. There is still much to do, but now you are ready. You are equipped, you are aligned, and the time has come for you to rise and claim what has always been yours. Now, chosen one, I want you to take a moment and reflect. From the very beginning you felt it, the call, the pull. Maybe you couldn't fully name it. Maybe you didn't understand it at the time, but deep inside your spirit has always been drawn to something greater than the world around you. That magnetic force, that quiet whisper has been there for as long as you can remember. And now, it's time for you to recognize it for what it truly is. The divine pull of God, a force within you that cannot be ignored any longer. You may have wondered, why do I feel different? Why do I feel like I don't fully belong in this world? This is not a mistake. This is your divine calling woven into your very spirit. From a young age, you felt this difference within you, an internal compass that guided you even when you didn't understand it. Perhaps you tried to ignore it to fit in with others who seemed to have a clearer understanding of life. Maybe you even tried to suppress it, thinking that you were the one who was wrong, that everyone else had it figured out, and you were just out of sync. But what you felt was not a flaw or a misalignment. It was a divine marker. Your spirit was designed to recognize truth when it saw it. You were not meant to settle for the superficialities of life. You were meant for depth, for connection, for purpose. This pull toward God, this quiet yearning has been your soul's way of telling you that you were created for more than just survival. You were created to serve a higher calling, to fulfill a purpose that has been written into your very DNA. The reason you've always felt this longing, chosen one, is because you are spiritually attuned to something greater. You have the ability to sense God's presence in a way that others may not. It's like an inner knowing, a sensitivity that cannot be ignored. Others may go through life numb to the deeper realities of the spirit, distracted by the noise of the world, but not you. You've always felt that pull even when you didn't understand it. You could feel when things were out of alignment. You could sense when something wasn't right, when the truth was being distorted. And that feeling, though uncomfortable at times, is a gift. Let's be honest, this has not always been easy. It has often felt like you were walking alone, as though everyone else was content with their lives, while you were burdened with a deeper awareness. You've been misunderstood, maybe even judged for your sensitivity. People have called you too serious, too introspective, too different. They didn't understand that your sensitivity was not weakness. It was a spiritual antenna finely tuned to discern God's voice amidst the chaos of the world. And because of that, you've often felt like an outsider, disconnected from the noise and the distractions that others seem to thrive on. But now, chosen one, I want you to realize something. This difference, this sensitivity, is not something to be ashamed of. It is part of your divine design. It is your gift. You have always been able to recognize truth when others couldn't, to hear God's voice when others were too distracted to listen. Your spirit has always known the way back to Him, even when your mind tried to lead you in other directions. This pull, this longing, has been the Holy Spirit calling you home, calling you into your divine purpose. For so long you may have felt as though you were chasing after something, as though you were searching for a purpose that would finally make sense of the longing inside you. But now, I want to assure you that the search is over. This is the moment when everything comes into focus. You have always been on the right path. Chosen one, Your heart knew where it was leading you, even when your mind didn't understand. And now it's time for you to accept the calling that has always been placed on your life. This divine pull has not been accidental. It is a sacred invitation to align yourself with God's will to step into the destiny that has been waiting for you. You were not meant to live a life of complacency, drifting through each day without purpose. You were born for this moment, born to fulfill a divine calling that will not only transform your life, but the lives of those around you. You are being called to a higher level of understanding, to a deeper relationship with God, and to a life of service that reflects His love and His truth. The pull you feel toward God is not just a fleeting emotion. It is a deep spiritual connection, an invitation to walk with Him more closely than ever before. This is not about religion or ritual. This is about a relationship. God wants to be with you, to guide you, to speak to you in a way that goes beyond the superficial. This is the time when you will begin to experience His presence in a deeper, more profound way. The more you open yourself to Him, the more you will feel the depth of His love and His calling on your life. This is why you felt out of place in so many situations. You've always known that something was missing, something deeper, something more fulfilling than the empty distractions of the world. And now, God is calling you to step into that truth. You are ready to embrace your calling, to live in alignment with His divine purpose for you. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. As you walk closer with God, He will lead you to the place where you truly belong. You will no longer feel disconnected or out of place because you will be rooted in your divine purpose. The pull you've felt toward God has been there your entire life. Now it is time to stop resisting and to surrender to it fully. You are no longer searching for meaning. You are no longer wondering why you feel this way. The answers are here, and they are within you. Your spirit recognizes the truth. Your soul knows the way. All that is left is for you to claim it. So, chosen one, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Recognize the divine pull you've always felt and embrace it. This is your time. This is your season to step into your true calling, to align yourself with the divine purpose that has always been written in your DNA. You are ready to walk in the fullness of God's love, His truth, and His calling for your life. Chosen one. Let me speak plainly to you now. Being chosen by God is not about superiority, not about being better than others. It is about accountability. It is about being called to walk a path that requires responsibility. Responsibility to yourself, to others, and most importantly, to God. You are not superior because of your divine calling. You are marked because you carry a responsibility that others cannot see or understand. This is the essence of what it means to be chosen. Many who are not called will try to explain away the weight of your calling. They may tell you that you are imagining it, that you are special in your own eyes, but not in reality. But listen carefully, this isn't about you or them. This is about God's design, and His design does not follow the patterns of the world. You may feel different because you are. You may feel like you don't belong in certain spaces, and that's because you don't. The space you belong in is the one God has prepared for you, anointed, equipped, and guided by Him. To be chosen is not to have an easy life. In fact, it often means the opposite. You may have faced hardships, betrayals, and moments of loneliness. Things that seemed unfair, things that others didn't experience in the same way. But let me tell you this, those struggles were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you. God does not choose His vessels because they are perfect. He chooses them because He sees their potential, their ability to endure, and their willingness to be used by Him. This process is not a sign of weakness or inferiority. It is a mark of divine strength. You have been through fires that others have never faced, and each time you emerged, you were refined, made stronger, and better prepared for the responsibility ahead. You have been tested, tried, and prepared for this very moment. Every hardship, every trial has been part of God's preparation for you to fulfill your purpose. Understand this. Your divine calling does not make you better than anyone else. In fact, it often requires you to serve others in ways that may seem thankless, unnoticed, or even misunderstood. The chosen ones do not walk in arrogance. They walk in humility, knowing that their calling is not about them, but about what God wants to do through them. Their purpose is to serve, to lead, and to guide, but not from a place of superiority. It comes from a place of humility and responsibility. You see, the world teaches us to compete, to prove ourselves, to strive for recognition and validation. But God's kingdom works differently. He calls those who are willing to lay down their own agendas and put His will above all else. This is the essence of humility, to walk in the knowledge that your strength comes from God and not from your own ability. It's about acknowledging that you have been chosen to serve a greater purpose, not to elevate yourself above others. Being chosen is a high honor, yes, but it also comes with the weight of responsibility. The chosen ones do not get to live their lives for their own selfish desires. They are entrusted with the responsibility of carrying God's message, His truth, and His love to the world. This is why the journey of the chosen one is often marked by moments of sacrifice, moments where you must put aside your own comforts for the sake of something greater. Let me give you a piece of wisdom. The world may not always recognize the value of the chosen one. They may look at you and wonder why your life isn't normal, why you don't seek the same things they do, but that is exactly the point. You are not called to live a normal life. You are called to live a life that stands out, not for the sake of being different, but because your life reflects something greater than the world can understand. Your life is a reflection of God's grace, His love, and His calling. And that chosen one is a responsibility you carry with honor. You may sometimes feel overwhelmed by the weight of this responsibility. You may wonder if you are enough, if you have what it takes to fulfill the calling on your life. But I want you to understand something. God does not choose the perfect. He chooses the willing. He does not call the strong. He calls the ones who are willing to be strengthened through His power. Your strength is not your own. It is a divine gift nurtured and strengthened through your willingness to trust and obey God. The world may look at you and see your struggles, your doubts, your moments of weakness. But God sees your heart. He sees your willingness to walk the path He has set before you, even when it's hard. He sees your humility, your desire to serve, and your willingness to be molded into the vessel He needs you to be. And that is what makes you chosen. There will be moments when you feel like quitting, moments when the burden feels too heavy, when the road ahead seems too difficult. But I want you to remember this. God does not place these burdens on you to break you. He places them on you because He knows you have the strength to carry them with His help. He knows you are capable of handling the weight of His calling because He has been preparing you for this your entire life. The trials, the hardships, the moments of feeling inadequate, these are all part of the preparation. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to trust Him, to surrender to His will, and to walk in faith. And when you do, you will find that the strength you need is already within you, that His power is made perfect in your weakness. This chosen one is the true meaning of being chosen, not to be exalted above others, but to carry the weight of God's calling with humility, responsibility, and grace. It is a life of service, of sacrifice, and of obedience, and it is the life that God has called you to live. Remember, you are not alone in this. God walks with you every step of the way. He is the one who strengthens you, who equips you, and who empowers you to fulfill your divine purpose. Your life is not about proving yourself to the world. It is about serving the world in God's name. So, chosen one, walk in humility, knowing that your strength comes from God. You are not superior to anyone, but you are uniquely called to fulfill a purpose that no one else can. Embrace that calling, walk in it with confidence, and know that you are exactly where God has intended you to be. Chosen one. I want you to listen closely because this next part is important, and it may not be what you expect to hear. The life of the chosen one is not an easy one. In fact, it often comes with more struggles, more pain, and more hardship than most people ever experience. But I want you to hear this clearly. These struggles are not punishment. They are preparation. Every battle, every obstacle, every moment of despair you have faced has been part of God's perfect plan to mold and shape you for the purpose He has called you to fulfill. The world often tries to sell us the idea that the path of the chosen one should be paved with ease, with comfort, and with endless blessings. But the truth is far different. Being chosen means walking through fire. It means being tested, refined, and stretched in ways that others cannot begin to understand. It means being called to rise above the difficulties of life and to remain steadfast even when the world around you is shaking. Why is this? Why must the chosen ones face such immense trials? It is because God knows the weight of the calling on your life. He knows that you cannot carry the mantle of His purpose without first being refined and prepared. You cannot step into the fullness of what He has for you without first being made stronger, without learning to lean on Him in every moment of your weakness. Look back over your life for a moment. Can you see the patterns? Can you see how the hardest moments were often the ones that brought the most growth? Can you recognize how the things that seemed like setbacks were actually setups for your greatest breakthroughs? That's the divine preparation process at work in your life. The challenges you faced were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to build you. They were meant to help you develop the strength, resilience, and character necessary to carry the calling that God has placed on your life. You have been shaped by every trial, every tear, every failure, and every success. Each moment has contributed to the person you are becoming, the person who is ready to walk in their divine purpose. But here's the truth that many won't tell you: it's easy to be discouraged when you're in the midst of the struggle. It's easy to wonder if all of the pain is worth it, to question whether you will ever see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I understand that. I know it's hard, but I want to remind you of something: the struggles you face are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are being prepared. In the world's eyes, it may seem like the chosen ones have it rougher than most. They face rejection when others are accepted, isolation when others are surrounded by support, confusion when others seem to have clarity. The chosen ones walk a different path, and that path often feels like a lonely one. But I want you to understand something crucial. Just because the path is difficult doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. In fact, it's often the opposite. Jesus Himself, the ultimate example of the chosen one, walked a difficult path. He faced rejection, betrayal, and suffering unlike any other. He carried the weight of the world on His shoulders, and He did so without ever turning away from His calling. His journey was filled with pain, but that pain was the very thing that led to His triumph, His victory, and His ultimate purpose. So too is your journey. The struggles you face now are not the end. They are the beginning of something far greater. God uses the fire to purify you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for what's ahead. The trials are not meant to break you. They are meant to make you. They are preparing you for the assignment that lies ahead, the assignment that only you can fulfill, because you have been equipped by God's grace and power. But here's where the challenge lies. You will not always see the purpose behind the struggle in the moment. You will not always understand why things are happening the way they are. And that's okay. The key is to trust God in the process. Even when you can't see the whole picture, trust that He is working behind the scenes. Trust that He knows what He is doing and that He has been preparing you for this moment your entire life, your struggles. Chosen one are not a reflection of your inadequacy. They are a reflection of your divine potential. You were chosen for this. You were equipped for this. And even though it may feel overwhelming, even though it may feel like you can't take another step, I want you to remember that God is with you every single step of the way. He will never leave you, and He will never forsake you. The struggles you face are not signs of abandonment. They are signs of God's deep love for you and His commitment to shaping you into the person He has called you to be. In these moments of struggle, it's important to remember that you are not alone. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, those who have gone before you, those who have faced similar trials, and those who are cheering you on as you walk the path God has set before you. You are part of a divine legacy, and the struggles you face today are not only preparing you, but also preparing the generations that will come after you. Your endurance, your faith, and your resilience will be a testimony to others of God's power and faithfulness. So, chosen one, don't despise the struggle. Don't resent the challenges. Embrace them. Let them shape you. Let them refine you. Let them prepare you for the great things that God has in store for you. The struggles you face today are not the end of your story. They are merely the beginning of a greater story, a story of victory, triumph, and divine purpose. I know it's not easy. I know that sometimes it feels like the weight is too much to bear. But I want you to take heart. You are stronger than you realize. You are more equipped than you realize. God has been preparing you for this moment your entire life, and He is not done with you yet. Keep going. Chosen one. Keep walking in faith. You are almost there. And remember, every step you take, every challenge you overcome, every moment you press through the pain is bringing you closer to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And your struggles are only making you stronger, preparing you for the great work that lies ahead. Chosen one. I want you to take a deep breath and settle into this moment, because what I'm about to share is pivotal. This is the moment you've been waiting for, whether you realize it or not. The time has come for you to awaken fully to your true purpose. The calling on your life is no longer something you simply sense in the back of your mind. It is becoming clear, and the path ahead is becoming more defined. You are entering into the season of your divine awakening. For so long, you may have wandered questioning your purpose, your place in the world. Perhaps you have wondered why you feel different, why you've struggled when others seem to have it easy. You felt like you were made for something greater, but you just couldn't put your finger on what that was. The pieces never quite fit together, and you were left with more questions than answers. But now, chosen one, the time has come for the fog to clear. You are stepping into the fullness of your divine calling, and you will no longer be in the dark about who you are and why you are here. This awakening is not just an intellectual realization, it is a deep spiritual activation. Your soul has been preparing for this moment, and everything you've gone through, every experience, every struggle has been building toward this time when you finally come into alignment with your purpose. No more wandering, no more doubting. This is the moment when you begin to see yourself clearly, to understand your role in God's divine plan. You are waking up to the truth that has always been within you. You are not here by accident. Your purpose is not a coincidence. It has been divinely placed within you since before you were born. The struggles you've faced, the moments of confusion, and the times of feeling lost were never signs that you were off track. They were all part of the process that would lead you to this moment, your awakening. Now, chosen one, I want you to accept something important. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You may not understand the full scope of your purpose yet, but you are on the right path, and everything is falling into place. This is not a journey of quick fixes or instant gratification. The divine calling on your life has never been about immediate results or external validation. It has always been about something deeper, about becoming who you were always meant to be and stepping into the role God designed for you. Awakening to your true purpose means waking up to the responsibility that comes with it. It means embracing your calling and walking in it with humility and faith, trusting that God will lead you every step of the way. As you awaken, you will begin to see the things that once felt confusing or uncertain in a new light. The struggles, the heartbreak, the moments when you felt like you were being torn apart, they will begin to make sense. God was not absent in those moments. He was there, shaping you, teaching you, preparing you for the work He has called you to. And now you will begin to see how each piece of your life has contributed to your divine purpose. You are called to something significant, chosen one. But before you can step fully into it, you must first recognize the depth of your calling. You must understand that your purpose is not just for you, it is for others. God has not called you to live for yourself. He has called you to serve, to guide, to lead, and to bring His light into places where darkness prevails. You are a vessel of His love and His truth, and He will use you in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. But here's the truth: you are not expected to walk this path alone. God has been with you every step of the way, even in the moments when you felt abandoned or unsure. He has been shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for this season of awakening. You are not just waking up to your purpose, you are waking up to the power of God within you, the strength He has placed inside you to fulfill His calling. I know you've doubted yourself in the past. I know that you've questioned your worthiness, wondered if you were truly capable of carrying the mantle that God has placed on your life. But I want you to hear this: you are more than capable. You have been equipped for this moment. Every trial, every challenge, every moment of weakness has prepared you for the divine purpose you are stepping into now. It is time for you to stop doubting. It is time for you to accept the truth of who you are and what you are called to do. Your awakening is not just about you finding your purpose. It is about you stepping into it and walking confidently in it. Your calling is unique to you, and no one else can fulfill it. The world needs you, chosen one. Your purpose is greater than any doubt or fear you may carry. And when you fully embrace who you are and what you are called to, you will begin to see how everything in your life has been leading you to this very moment. As you awaken to your purpose, you will begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You will begin to hear God's voice more clearly, guiding you toward the next steps on your journey. And with each step you take, you will find that your confidence grows, your faith deepens, and your trust in God becomes unwavering. But I want to remind you, chosen one, that awakening to your true purpose does not mean life will become easy. It doesn't mean the struggles will stop or that the road ahead will be free of challenges. But what it does mean is that you will have the strength to face those challenges with grace, with confidence, and with faith in God's provision. You will no longer walk in confusion, but in clarity. You will no longer wander, but walk with purpose. Now is the time for you to step fully into who you were meant to be. The calling on your life is not a distant dream. It is a present reality, and it is time for you to claim it. Your purpose is already within you. The work God has for you is already in motion. All that remains is for you to step into it, to walk in faith, and to trust that everything you need will be provided for you along the way. So, chosen one, I want you to take a moment to breathe and reflect on the truth that is now before you. You are awakening to your divine purpose. You are stepping into the fullness of who God has created you to be. Your journey is just beginning, and it will be filled with growth, with challenges, and with incredible blessings. But above all, it will be a journey that is aligned with God's perfect plan for your life. Embrace it. Step into it. You were born for this moment, and now it's time to walk boldly, confidently, and faithfully into your purpose. Chosen one, I want you to take a moment to breathe deeply and absorb this truth. God's calling on your life is not about rushing, it's about trust. It's not about how quickly you get there, it's about walking with Him, step by step in His perfect timing. In a world that values speed, instant results, and immediate gratification, the journey you are walking is different, and that difference is not a mistake, it's a divine design. We are often told by the world to hurry, to do things quickly, to seek success fast. Everyone is racing toward the next achievement, the next milestone, the next promotion, but God's kingdom operates on a different timeline. He doesn't rush, He doesn't push. He works through process and patience, and the truth is, the pace at which you walk doesn't matter as much as whether you are walking with Him. You may have looked around and seen others racing ahead, achieving success, moving forward in ways that you have not yet experienced. It's easy to feel like you are falling behind, like you are missing out, or that you are stuck. But I want you to hear this clearly. Your journey is not a competition. It's not about comparing your progress to someone else's. It's about aligning yourself with God's timing, and that is something that cannot be rushed. God's calling on your life is not about instant success or external recognition. It's about personal transformation, inner growth, and a steady, faithful walk with Him. God is preparing you for something far greater than any fleeting success could offer. He is preparing you to walk in your divine purpose in a way that will have lasting impact. And that preparation takes time. I understand that it can be difficult to wait. In a world that moves so quickly, it feels uncomfortable to slow down. You may be impatient, anxious even to see results. But here's the truth. God is never in a hurry. He is doing something deep within you that will not only bless you, but will bless others through you. The pace at which you walk is part of the process. There is no shortcut to spiritual maturity, no bypass to personal transformation. It happens in the quiet moments, in the stillness, and in the times when you are walking through the challenges that stretch your faith. It happens as you learn to trust Him, as you learn to rest in His timing, and as you learn to align yourself with His perfect plan. Let me tell you something else. The path God has set before you is uniquely designed for you. It is different from anyone else's path, and that is why it will unfold in its own time. You don't need to rush to catch up with anyone else. You don't need to compare your journey to someone else's. The only question you need to ask yourself is, am I walking in alignment with God's will for my life? If you are, then you are exactly where you need to be. The world will try to tell you that you need to get ahead, that you need to move faster, that you need to achieve more in less time. But I want you to hear this. You don't need to rush. God's timing is perfect. Everything you need will come in its own time. Your job is not to force it, but to trust that God is working behind the scenes, arranging everything just as it should be. You may be tempted to try and make things happen faster than they are meant to push yourself harder, to force open doors that are not yet ready to open. But rushing will only lead to burnout and frustration. What you need. Chosen one is patience. Patience to trust in God's timing. Patience to trust that He is preparing you for something greater and that He will open doors when the time is right. Let me share a truth with you. You cannot rush growth. You cannot rush transformation. You cannot rush the process of becoming who God has created you to be. It happens in stages. It happens as you grow in faith, as you grow in wisdom, and as you grow in trust. It happens as you walk through challenges that refine you and as you learn to depend on God more and more each day. This process cannot be hurried. It is slow, steady, and intentional, but it is also beautiful. Because in the waiting in the process, you are being shaped into someone who can handle the blessings that are coming your way. You are being transformed into a vessel that can carry the fullness of God's purpose for your life. And that transformation takes time. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. God is working in your life in ways you cannot yet fully see. He is aligning things behind the scenes, setting up opportunities, and preparing your heart for the work He is about to do through you. And all of this is happening in His perfect timing. The impatience you feel right now is natural. It's human. We all want things to happen faster. But I want to encourage you to let go of that impatience. Let go of the need to control the timing of your life. Trust that God is working even when you don't see the progress you expect. Trust that He is preparing you and that every moment of waiting is not wasted. Every moment of waiting is a moment of growth, of learning, of becoming who He has created you to be. In this waiting season, you are learning patience. You are learning to trust. You are learning to surrender your timeline and your expectations to God's. And that surrender, that trust, is the key to walking in alignment with His plan. When you let go of the need to control everything, you allow God to do the work He needs to do in you. And here's something else. Waiting on God's timing does not mean being passive. It does not mean sitting idly by while nothing happens. Waiting on God's timing means actively living in obedience to Him, trusting that every step you take is leading you closer to your divine purpose. You continue to walk, continue to serve, continue to trust even when you don't know exactly where you're going or when things will happen. In the meantime, keep walking. Keep being faithful with what God has given you right now. Use this time to deepen your relationship with Him, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare yourself for the work He will call you to. Remember, divine alignment does not happen on our timeline, it happens on God's. And when the time is right, everything will fall into place. The doors will open, the opportunities will come, the breakthroughs will happen. And when that happens, you will be ready because you've trusted in God's perfect timing all along. So, chosen one, don't rush. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Trust that God's timing is perfect and that every step you take, every moment you wait, is a part of His beautiful plan for your life. Embrace the process, trust the timing, and know that everything you need will come at the right time. Chosen one, as you continue to walk this path, I want to highlight one of the most powerful gifts you've been given, your inner compass. This compass is not a physical device, but something far more profound. It is the discernment that runs deep within your spirit. This is not something that can be learned or imitated. It is a gift that flows from your divine inheritance, an innate ability to sense God's presence, to feel the pull of His guidance, and to recognize truth even in the most complex or uncertain circumstances. You've likely experienced moments when you sensed something was off even when others could not. You may have walked into a room and instantly felt the energy shift, the weight of hidden truths pressing in on your spirit. Perhaps you've spoken to someone and immediately knew whether they were being honest or not, even when their words didn't match their energy. This is your discernment at work. It's the God-given ability to perceive what cannot be seen with the naked eye. It is a spiritual sensitivity that aligns you with God's truth and keeps you in tune with His will for your life. Let me share something important with you. Your discernment is not a flaw. It's not something that makes you too sensitive or too cautious. It is a profound gift. You are designed to feel deeply because you are called to discern God's will in a world full of distractions and confusion. You are not simply living in the world, but walking through it with an awareness and a sensitivity that few others have. This is not an accident. God designed you this way to guide you and to protect you, to help you navigate the complexities of life with clarity and peace. Your inner compass allows you to see beyond the surface. While many people may be drawn to things that seem appealing on the outside, your discernment helps you see the deeper layers, the unseen motives, and the hidden truths. This means you often feel things more deeply than others, and that can sometimes make life feel overwhelming. You may walk through life feeling like an emotional sponge, absorbing the energies and emotions of those around you. This can be exhausting if you don't understand how to protect and channel this gift. But when you learn to honor your discernment and use it wisely, it becomes a powerful tool that will lead you closer to God's purpose for your life. God has called you to be sensitive to the things that matter most: His voice, His truth, and His calling on your life. Discernment is your spiritual radar. It helps you avoid danger, make wise decisions, and align your actions with God's will. It allows you to walk with confidence, knowing that even when you don't have all the answers, you are being guided by something far greater than yourself. But here's the truth. Chosen one. Learning to trust your discernment takes time. It's not always easy to follow that quiet voice inside you, especially when the world around you is loud and chaotic. There will be moments when your discernment feels like a burden. You may question yourself, wondering if you are reading the signs correctly or if you are being overly sensitive. But I want you to remember this. Your discernment is rooted in God's truth. He has equipped you with this gift because He trusts you to use it wisely. One of the challenges that many chosen ones face is learning to differentiate between discernment and fear. Fear can often masquerade as discernment, causing confusion and uncertainty. But true discernment comes from a place of peace, not anxiety. When you feel unsettled, unsure, or fearful, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this the Holy Spirit guiding me, or is this my own fears and insecurities? Discernment comes with a sense of calm, clarity, not with panic or confusion. It will guide you with steady confidence even when the world around you is in chaos. You've likely experienced times when you've ignored your inner compass, when you've gone against your better judgment because it felt too uncomfortable or too difficult to follow. But as you've learned, chosen one, ignoring your discernment never leads to peace. It leads to confusion, regret, and often unnecessary pain. Trusting your discernment, on the other hand, brings peace. Even if the path is difficult or uncertain, you will walk it with confidence because you know you are following God's lead. Now, I want to share a key practice with you that will help you strengthen your discernment: silence. In a world full of noise, distraction, and endless information, silence is a powerful tool that allows you to tune into God's voice. It's in the quiet moments of prayer, reflection, and stillness that your discernment will be sharpened. Take time to pause each day to sit in silence and to listen. Ask God to help you recognize His voice more clearly. Ask Him to increase your sensitivity to His guidance. The more you practice this silence, the clearer your discernment will become. In the midst of the noise of the world, your discernment will become a steady anchor, a guide that will keep you grounded in God's truth. This inner compass will direct your steps, help you avoid the pitfalls of life, and allow you to walk confidently in God's purpose for you. But it's not just about avoiding what is harmful, it's also about recognizing the opportunities that align with God's plan for you. Your discernment will help you see the doors that God is opening for you, the people He is bringing into your life, and the tasks He is asking you to step into. You have the ability to perceive the unseen, to hear the whispers of God that others may miss. This is not something to be taken lightly. This is a gift that has been given to you for a reason. As you grow in your discernment, you will find that God will trust you with more wisdom, more responsibility, and more opportunities to serve Him. But this will require you to continually listen to His voice, to trust your inner compass, and to walk with Him in humility and obedience. As you continue to grow in your discernment, remember that it's not just about what you perceive. It's about how you respond to it. Discernment is not a gift to be used for judgment or condemnation. It is a gift to be used for guidance, protection, and service. You are called to use your discernment to help others, to bring clarity and truth to situations that may seem confusing or murky. When you sense something is wrong, it is not an invitation to criticize, but an invitation to pray, to seek God's wisdom, and to respond with compassion. God has given you this gift of discernment because He knows you are capable of using it for His glory. You are not just discerning for your own benefit. You are discerning so that you can walk in His will and help others find their way. Your discernment is a tool of divine purpose, and the more you use it in alignment with God's truth, the more you will see His power at work in your life. So, chosen one, trust your discernment. Trust the quiet whispers of your spirit. You have been given a unique sensitivity to God's truth, and it will lead you on the path He has set before you. Allow yourself to grow in this gift and let it guide you through every challenge, every decision, and every opportunity that comes your way. You are not just walking through life, you are walking with purpose, with clarity, and with divine guidance. Chosen one. I want to speak now about one of the most remarkable qualities of those who have been chosen: their quiet authority. This is not the type of authority that shouts for attention or demands to be heard. It is not a power that seeks recognition or applause. It is the kind of authority that is rooted in peace, in inner stability, and in a deep alignment with God's truth. This quiet authority does not force others to acknowledge it. It simply exists, and it transforms everything around it. I know you may have felt at times like you were meant for more, but you weren't sure how to step into that authority. Perhaps you've wrestled with self-doubt, wondering if you have the strength or wisdom to fulfill the calling God has placed on your life. Maybe you've watched others with louder voices and bigger platforms and thought, why not me? Why do they seem to have all the influence? But I want you to hear this clearly. Your authority is not about volume. It's not about competition. It's about presence. Your authority is not something you need to announce to the world. It is something that will be recognized by others when the time is right, but it will be recognized because of the calm confidence with which you walk. It will be seen in the way you make decisions, the way you interact with others, and the way you hold yourself in the midst of turmoil. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth or your calling. Your life will speak for you when the time comes. God has placed a quiet strength within you, and that strength will carry you through every trial, every obstacle, and every challenge. This is the authority that allows you to stand firm in your convictions without needing to defend them at every turn. This authority allows you to walk into rooms full of people and speak truth without fear, to remain calm when others are panicking, and to provide clarity in situations that seem confusing. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be forceful. It just is. You see, chosen one authority does not come from the outside. It comes from within. It is born out of a deep, unwavering trust in God's plan for your life. It is built through your obedience, through your willingness to walk with God in the quiet moments when no one else is watching. It is cultivated in times of solitude and reflection when you are still and listening for God's guidance. This authority is also rooted in humility. The greatest leaders are not those who seek to exalt themselves, but those who serve others with a humble heart. True authority is not about being better than anyone else. It is about being willing to serve, to lead with compassion, and to stand firm in your convictions even when it's difficult. It is about being a vessel through which God can work without drawing attention to yourself. Let me clarify this. Quiet authority is not the same as silence or passivity. This authority still requires action. It still requires you to step into the fullness of your calling and to act when the time comes. But it does so with confidence, with clarity, and with a sense of peace that comes from knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's will. Many times we look at authority through the lens of power, and we think of it as something that must be taken or seized. But in the kingdom of God, authority is given. It is something that is entrusted to those who are faithful, who are humble, and who are willing to serve. The more you align yourself with God's will, the more your authority will grow. And it will grow quietly, steadily in the background until one day you look around and realize that you have stepped into your purpose, that you are now walking in the authority that God has always intended for you. But the key here is trust. You must trust that God is working in you even when you don't see immediate results. You must trust that He is molding and shaping you into the leader He has called you to be. And trust. Chosen one takes time. It takes patience. It takes obedience. It takes faith. But as you continue to walk in alignment with Him, your authority will grow and it will become evident to those around you. I want you to reflect on this. The people who carry the most power in the kingdom of God are often the ones who are the most humble. They are the ones who serve without seeking recognition. They are the ones who, when they speak their words, carry weight because they have been living in alignment with God's truth. Their actions speak louder than their words, and their very presence brings peace and clarity to those around them. And this chosen one is the authority you are called to carry. It is not about proving your worth or seeking validation. It is about being grounded in who you are in God and walking in that truth with humility and grace. It is about standing firm when the world around you is in chaos, remaining steady when others are unstable, and offering wisdom when others are confused. This is the authority that is needed in the world today, and it is the authority that God has placed within you. I want you to understand that this authority does not come from your own strength. It comes from God. It is a gift given to you as part of your divine calling. And as you continue to walk in that calling, you will find that this quiet authority will become more and more evident. People will start to recognize it. They will seek your counsel. They will value your opinion, and they will be drawn to the peace that you carry. And when that happens, you will know that it is not you, but God working through you, fulfilling His divine purpose. Remember, chosen one. The world's idea of authority is often rooted in power, control, and manipulation, but God's kingdom operates on a different principle. In God's kingdom, authority is rooted in humility, service, and trust. It is about leading by example, living in alignment with God's will, and offering others the same grace, love, and wisdom that God has given you. So walk with quiet confidence. Chosen one. Walk in the authority that God has placed within you. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your life will speak for itself. You will lead with humility. You will serve with love, and you will carry the peace of God wherever you go. This is the quiet authority of the chosen ones, and it is yours, chosen one, as you continue to walk in His purpose. Chosen one. I want to leave you with something incredibly important, a truth that will carry you through every season ahead. You were not just chosen for a task, you were chosen to walk in divine authority, and it's time for you to embrace it. This authority is not something that comes from your own power or strength. It is a gift from God. But it is a gift that you must accept, walk in, and allow to shape the way you live, interact, and lead. When you embrace your divine authority, you step into the fullness of who you were created to be. It means trusting that God has equipped you with everything you need, not just for the task at hand, but for the journey ahead. This is not about arrogance or boasting in your abilities. It's about recognizing the power of God working through you. It's about walking with confidence, not in your own strength, but in His. As you continue to walk in your divine authority, you'll encounter challenges. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear tries to undermine your confidence. In those moments, remember this: your authority is not based on what you see or feel in the moment. It is rooted in the truth of who you are in God. Your divine calling has already been established, and you are already equipped to walk in it. The truth is, when God calls you, He doesn't just send you out into the world without preparation. He equips you with everything you need to fulfill His purpose. The authority He gives you is a tool that enables you to accomplish things that are far beyond what you could do on your own. It's not about doing things in your own power. It's about surrendering to His will and allowing His strength to work through you. And when you embrace that divine authority, you'll notice something amazing. Everything you need will come to you in God's perfect timing. The right people will be placed in your path. The right opportunities will open up. The wisdom you need will be revealed. But all of this requires you to trust the process, to trust that God is in control, and to trust that His authority is greater than anything you could accomplish on your own. You are not meant to walk this path alone. Chosen one, God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and empowering you. And as you walk in His authority, you will find that His peace will surround you. Even in the midst of chaos, you will feel His calm. Even when the world around you is shaking, you will remain steady. This is the power of divine authority. Peace that surpasses understanding, strength that rises up in the face of adversity, and grace that flows through you and touches everyone you encounter. But embracing your divine authority also means accepting your responsibility. God has called you for a purpose, and that purpose is not just for your own benefit. It's for the good of others, for the kingdom of God, and for the world. Your authority isn't just about leading or directing. It's about serving. It's about using the power God has given you to uplift others, to share His love, and to reflect His truth in everything you do. As you walk in your divine authority, you will begin to see the impact you have on those around you. People will be drawn to you not because of anything you've done, but because of the God that lives in you. Your life will speak louder than words ever could. Your actions will inspire others to follow God's lead, and your obedience will be a testimony of His faithfulness. God has chosen you. Chosen one, and now it's time for you to fully embrace the authority He has placed in your life. Walk in it with humility, with confidence, and with love. Trust in His plan. Trust in His timing, and know that He is with you every step of the way. Your divine authority is not just a calling, it is a gift, a responsibility, and a blessing. And it's time for you to step into it fully. Wish Holy Spirits with you, chosen ones.